Hi folks, this is Sandy from Creative Chaos. Welcome to my channel. I just want to do a little flip through very quickly of a bunch of jelly prints that I have made over the last day or so. I got a little carried away, so I have a ton of them, but I just thought I would flip through and show you the product of my labors, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please subscribe, give me a like, and come back and see me real soon. And of course, please leave a comment. I love to hear what you have to say. Thanks, and without further ado, we'll start. I've made these all on 5x7s, this bunch, and the plan is that I will use those as card bases, or as the front of cards, rather. So these were, I don't think I need to give you a description of the colors. I'm sure you can see them very well yourself. So here we go. Actually, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Wrong way. There we go. And like I said, very quick flip. Sorry. Quite like this orange and green. Now, unlike a lot of people, I'm not planning to use these to necessarily do more jelly printing on. These are all pretty much just one layer, or maybe two layers, usually one layer with several colors. Like I said, I will individualize these, or what's the word I'm looking for? Decorate these, I guess is the proper term, for the front of card faces and for my journal. You know, stenciling, stamping on them after the fact. I may put some through again and do a bit of stenciling on them. But I'll probably do that with the bigger ones off of the jelly plate. I used a combination of Nina Solar White cardstock, Staples cardstock, and just whatever I basically had. The Staples 110. This is just regular paper, this one. Kind of sounds kind of weird, but I have a hard time when I go to mixing my colors. And by that I mean when I go to jelly print a second layer, I have a hard time picking one that either doesn't overpower the background, or I don't know how to explain it. See, I quite like this one, but this one was a stencil. But I find that sometimes what ends up happening is when I put the other color on, it's either too strong or it doesn't give appropriate definition, and then I'm not able to get an image out of it that I like. So it kind of frustrates me. I was having so much fun doing these pulls though that I didn't even think about doing any stenciling on top at that point. You sure do go through a lot of paint though, and that's a good thing. This I had put on some paint, several layers, let them dry, put on some gold paint, I let it dry, and then put a layer on top of it, and some of the gold came through, but you can't really see it, I don't think, on here. And again, some of these, like I said, most of these are just one pull, so I will have to do something else with them to kind of zhuzh them up. You know, I didn't like this one when I first did it. Not sure I like it. I really like the stencil, but I haven't used it much and I haven't been able to get my colors right. And the more I look at this print, I'm starting to like it a little better. This was an experiment from, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I guess you can. Dee Dee Willingham. I watched her live stream, and she had done some really cool prints at the beginning of her exercise, but this did not turn out well at all. Again, though, now that I'm looking at it, it's really not that bad, but not nearly as nice as hers turned out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I've got 3 or 4 like that. See this one? What she'd done is she'd put red and blue on it, yellow, let all that dry, did some splatters on it, let that dry, and then put a coat of black paint over it. Well, maybe my paint was too thick. I don't know. I think part of the problem too was it wasn't completely dry. Anyway, we'll make it work. There's another one that's sort of a disaster. And another one. But I can use these for die cutting too. That was the other thing I was thinking of. Now this one was the same experiment, but I'm quite happy with how this turned out. As you can see, I did actually get things to lift. Again, another one. This is the same experiment again with lighter color. And I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. And it had never really occurred to me to use my jelly prints for die cuts. And then I saw her using die cuts, her being Dee Dee, using die cuts as masks on her jelly plate, and I thought, oh my goodness, what a great idea. So that's another reason some of the colors I chose. This one is a stencil I applied after the fact. Not really that happy with it, but we'll see. Again, more stenciling. More stenciling. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's gold and black on that. Thought that one turned out pretty well. This is another one that I did stenciling after the fact. And then this one, which I plan to use as on the face of a birthday card for a man. I think that's kind of cool. I can do some stuff with that. So that's the end of those.